Shawnee, Oklahoma. This is downtown Shawnee, Oklahoma. It's located about half an hour east of Oklahoma City on I-40. It's becoming kind of more of a suburban area, but it is its own town, and at one time was one of the largest cities in Oklahoma. We are downtown, as you can see. It's pretty lively, and you know, a lot of cars here. Not a lot of rundown. We'll go for a drive here shortly and just kind of look around a little bit more. But if you'll look behind me as I'm turning here, you hear the car going by. They got brick paver streets in most of downtown area, and it's pretty noisy when cars go by. But behind me, back there, you see what looks like grain elevators, that sort of thing. That is Shawnee Milling. They're well known around here in this part of the country for milled products, cornbread mixes, gravy mix, biscuit mixes, flour meal, cornmeal, things like that. And that is where they're located, right here, downtown Shawnee. And as you see around here, everything looks pretty neat. Let's go take a little short walk down through downtown and see what we see. Okay, here at the corner of Main and Bell Street in downtown Shawnee. It's not a ton of activity going on, but it's also middle of February. It's not real cold today, but it's not overly warm either. Interesting sign down there, that Hornbeck. That was a theater at one time, but now it is just for sale. I noticed it wasn't in operation when we went by it. You see a lot of shops and businesses down here. Not really all that touristy looking. It looks like just probably on weekdays a lot busier with businesses and stuff. Haven't seen a lot of empty buildings or anything like that. As you can see, there's cars down here and a little bit of traffic, but not a ton of life. There's just generally stores and things like that, not, you know, touristy type places or anything like that, or antique shops or anything. It's actual businesses. You see, they even have the rental electric scooters here. Now, over here we do like we have a gap in the in between a couple of buildings. Let's see what was in here. Well, it just looks like they must have torn down a building. You can tell by that building there that there was something attached to it at one time. So whatever is here is there no more. Looks like it's kind of become somewhat of an alley now. We'll go back to the car and then we will drive around. It's a little chilly yet to walk the length of downtown. And I see up ahead another old movie theater. So we'll get in the car and cruise around a little bit and take a look, and then we'll see what else there is to see here in downtown area, and then we'll check out some residential areas. Okay, here we are driving through some of downtown. A lot of cars here, a lot of just general business for the most part. Phone service there. Now up here ahead on the right, see a Ritz Theater, and it looks like it opened John's Shack's variety show. Now on the left we have a collapsed building, or it looks actually like there's probably demolition going on. Probably tearing it down to put in something new. Notice is it's very clean here. It looks very, very clean. Go this way, see what's over here. Nice looking clock here in front of this building. There is a Church of Christ on the right. And then we got another interesting church ahead here. First Baptist Church. I think we've had a good look at downtown. Okay, just on the eastern edge of downtown Shawnee is the old Santa Fe Depot. And you can see it's pretty interesting architecture. Looks very well preserved. Look at those clay shingles on the roof, and that tower, very, very cool looking. And there's the tracks by here. Shawnee's a very historic town in Oklahoma. Currently the population is estimated to be at 30,000. Last census had it at just over 29. Population has continued to rise each census. Going back to statehood, there was around 12,000 people, which would have been around 1907. So at that time, it was one of the largest cities in Oklahoma. And there's a nice old car there. I'm not sure. It's a Studebaker. Don't know if that's part of the exhibit or here just to add ambiance or not, but pretty cool. Let's go here and walk to the track sides. But Shawnee has continued to grow. And seems to be doing pretty well. What we've seen so far looks pretty nice. And on this side here, you can see all these brick pavers. And then the sign that says Shawnee. So this would have been the business side of the depot, with the trains stopping here at the tracks. And we got this right here next to the depot is looks like an old log house. Don't know anything about this. We'll go around here and see if there's any signage. Well, Sign on the door says Beard Cabin, restored in with the help of the Craig Foundation and somebody named Rick and Janelle Austin in 1999. So looks like a recent. Okay, there we go. The plaque here says Cabin Henry G. and Etta Ray Beard, first house built in Shawnee. All right, so first folks in Shawnee, this is what their house looked like. And Shawnee is home to Shawnee Milling, as you've seen when we were downtown, and one of the large employers here, as well as a lot of, over the years, a lot of folks in Shawnee have worked at Tinker Air Force Base. There is a statue of a Mustang. This one's in a little corral. As you go around town, you see several of these Mustang statues, different poses, and this one's got a little plaque in front. It says Old Dick. So this is a replica of John Beard's horse, apparently. So don't know if each horse that we see, we've seen several as we've gone around coming into town. Don't know if each one represents somebody's horse, or if it's a mascot of the local high school. We'll have to look that up. And then also here next to all this is a Paul and Ann Milburn Center Museum. So very quiet here right now. It's about noon time on a Saturday. Pretty nice day for mid-February. Sun is shining, feels good. All right, let's go check out some of the residential areas. We're starting to come into some residential areas. Here we do see some a little decay, which is somewhat to be expected. You know, anywhere around the downtown area is going to be the oldest parts of town. So there is some going to be older homes. You know, doesn't necessarily mean they have to be falling apart, but you will see some of that. Okay, still working up and down some of the streets in the near downtown area. Some interesting, and that one on the left is rather interesting. Looks like it's some kind of business. Castle cutter. There's a barbershop. I guess that's a haircutting place. Okay, after we left outside the downtown area, just kind of getting in the middle of town here, we're on Broadway, which is a kind of a main thoroughfare through town that's not in a commercial area. But if you look around here, you will see that the homes are getting bigger, and you know, it's older homes, but they're very nice, like that one, old Victorian style. And then over on the left, some more kind of mansions looking and all that. But at settling Oklahoma, this area was part of the Potawatomi and Kickapoo area in Indian Nations, but when it was opened to white settlement and built up here, you had a lot of ranching and cattle drives that actually run through here, and they would the trains coming through here. This was a railhead for cattle, and I'm sure that's kind of some of the old money that built some of these nice homes we're seeing now here. Some of these nice older homes, and also in this part of Oklahoma, there's quite a bit of oil. Still a lot of drilling and a lot of wells in this area, so I'm sure a lot of this is old oil money as well. But you can see there's some really nice homes around here, and these are the kind of homes that will skew the median home values in a city. When you have a pretty diverse, as you've seen, diverse range of homes, from ramshackle to just nice bungalow top homes to the large mansion homes. And for a city of around 30,000 people, there's a lot of really higher end looking homes in this town. Alright, as we're almost back in the downtown on Broadway here, just checking out some interesting old houses here. One big giant skeleton back there. We're going to end that video here, and hope you enjoyed a little tour of Shawnee, seeing it for the first time with us. If you're ever coming through Oklahoma on I-40, it's worth a stop for a quick run through town, seeing some of the interesting sights. Alright, we will continue to explore this country as we can, and we hope you folks come and go with us. We'll see you next time.